Everybody loves a good mystery. But what happens when a mystery never has a satisfying ending? The following unsolved police cases are strange, creepy, and frustratingly without a conclusion. They are some of the most baffling unsolved mysteries of our time. 1. The Zodiac Killer. From 1968 to 1969, he terrorized San Francisco with his murder spree, taunting the police with his coded letters to the local paper. He had at least 5 killings directly connected to him, although he claims to have killed 37 people. The Zodiac Killer would go on killing and leaving frustrating evidence for the police. Coded letters, anonymous phone calls, the cross circle written on victims' cars, sending over blood-stained shirts, accounts from survivors, but the police never found him. 2. The Tamancha Case. On the morning of December 1st, 1948, a body was found on Somerton Beach in Adelaide, Australia. The man's body was in perfect condition, with no injuries to be found. He was well dressed, although all the labels on his clothes were missing. A month later, they would find the most substantial but puzzling evidence in a secret pocket in the man's trousers. It read, Tamanchud. Public library officials called in to translate the phrase. They concluded that it meant ended or finished. They never got any further with the case. Although many suspect it may have been a suicide, others think he may be a spy. And until there are not any breaks in the case, his grave will remain reading. Here lies the unknown man who was found at Somerton Beach December 1st, 1948. 3. The Tara Calico Case. On the morning of September 20th, 1988 in Belen, New Mexico, Tara Calico borrowed her mother's pink bike to go out for a spin. She never did return. Every lead went to a dead end until a year later, when a photo was found depicting a young woman her age and a missing boy, both gagged. But due to the lack of evidence, many experts dismissed the photograph. Calico's parents would eventually die, never finding out who took their daughter. 4. The Severed Feet Mystery. In 2007, a girl was roaming a beach in British Columbia when she found a sneaker. To her horror, as she opened up the sock, she found that a human foot was inside. Since then, a number of severed feet have washed ashore. The feet have been connected to 5 men, 1 a woman, and 3 of unknown sex. Throughout the years, with a hoax foot thrown here and there, the case has never been completely closed, with many theories floating around as to who the feet belong to. Whatever sources these feet are coming from, they have left the world baffled for years. 5. The dead woman who named her killer. Although this case has been solved, how it was solved remains a mystery. In 1977, a respiratory therapist in Chicago was murdered in her apartment. Teresita Bassa was found under a flaming mattress, a butcher knife buried in her chest. Police attempted to track her stolen jewelry with no luck. They also failed in trying to link any of the suspects to the crime. It seemed impossible to find the perpetrator. That is, until Remy Chua, a co-worker who barely knew the victim, involuntarily became a leading source of information. Chua began having frequent visions and nightmares about Bassa. She claimed a man at the hospital named Alan Showery was helping Bassa with her television when he assaulted her. He then killed her and set her mattress on fire. After seeing the boss's jewelry on Showery's wife, the police were able to convict the man for 14 years in jail. 6. The Boy in the Box. It was the year 1957 in Philadelphia when a hunter found the bruised body of a boy in a J.C. Penney box. The boy, around 4 to 6 years old, was nude and wrapped in flannel. He seemed to have died from blows to the head. Although police received thousands of leads, they were never able to uncover the identity of the young boy. They tried tracing back the J.C. Penney box and checking the boy's fingerprints, but everything led to a dead end. The investigation was closed, leaving the boy to remain America's unknown child. 7. The Jeanette De Palma Case. It all started in 1972 when a dog brought home a decomposed forearm home. This prompted a police search, and a body was soon found afterwards atop a cliff in Springfield. The body was identified to be that of Jeanette De Palma, a 16-year-old who had gone missing for 6 weeks. Immediately, rumors began spreading as to the cause of her death. The hill where she was discovered was covered with occult symbols, and many believed her body was placed on a makeshift altar. Because of a flood, much of the case's details have since been destroyed. Was she a human sacrifice? Or did these suspicions help hide the real killer? Perhaps no one will ever know. 8. The Cape Intruder. Back in 2005, in the affluent town of Cape Elizabeth, Maine, the community experienced something unnerving. During the night, victims who kept their doors unlocked would wake up in the morning to catch a brief glimpse of a man staring at them. Before they could react, the man would flee the scene, leaving the house just as it was before he entered it. Nothing was stolen. Nobody was injured or killed. All that he took was their privacy when he snuck into their bedrooms to watch them sleep. The police never did catch the Cape Intruder. After some intrusions in August, December, and February, he never did break in again. Perhaps he had his fill of staring at sleeping bodies during that time period. But the thought that such a person existed and still walks among us is enough to give anyone the chills. And of course, serves as a grim reminder to lock our doors.